Smash the like button if you agree that Jacob Fatu is a super athletic monster.
So, let's talk about the night of the heavyweight champions pay-per-view review. What are my thoughts about CM Junk cosplaying as the Doctor of Thugonomics on SmackDown? I would say the biggest highlight was he brought back the song. Man, that might be a top 5 World Wrestling Federation theme song of all time. I'm talking about the Doctor of Thugonomics. That song still bumps in 2025. That is one of the greatest songs of all time. I got that song on my phone. It still go hard. It still bumps. People need to realize that song was a legit rap song because John Cena had features of other rappers on that song. That's how hard that song went. Everybody knows that the Doctor of Thugonomics song is way better than My Time Is Now. That shit always happens where the OG song is always better than the new song. For example, Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton's first song, Burning My Light, that song is way better than Voices, just like Paul Levesque's. My Time was better than his second theme song. Another example, Rocky Maivia, his theme song in 1999. That song was way better than his future theme songs after that. Now, let's talk about the first match on the card. The best fake pro wrestler in the world, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton for the King of the Ring crown. You see, these are my favorite matchups. When it's a mentor versus a student, or it's best friend versus best friend. These are my favorite matchups. To me, this is a low-key dream matchup because everybody always wanted to see the American Nightmare version of Cody Rhodes versus this version of Randy Orton. This was a great matchup. Both guys are highly skilled. Both guys are technicians in that ring. And Cody Rhodes was targeting Randy Orton's back. That's called business. Fuck your feelings. Fuck friendship. This is business. One of us have to dethrone John Cena. So, if I focus on your bad back, then so be it. This is business. So, Randy Orton was favoring his back, and then Cody Rhodes took advantage. And he was wearing down that back for the whole entire match. Smart move. I would say my favorite part of this whole entire match was the RKO out of nowhere. That was some random ass shit. Great move. But I'm telling you, Cody Rhodes is a beast. This dude kicked out of 2 RKOs. How many men you know have done that for the past 20-something years? I would say the biggest head scratcher in this match was the fact that Randy Orton, he exposed the turnbuckle. He took it off, and then Cody Rhodes saw it, and he pushed Randy Orton into the exposed turnbuckle, and then he gave him a crossroads. 1, 2, 3, let's go home. So in hindsight, Orton cost himself this match because I don't get it. Why would Randy Orton expose the turnbuckle? What was the point of that? Because Cody Rhodes, he clearly saw it, and Cody Rhodes took advantage of that move. But as predicted, Cody Rhodes won this match, and he will move on to SummerSlam to dethrone John Cena. Also, I was taking mental notes of this match. Here's why. There is a lot of numbskulls, a lot of dumbasses online that were saying this week that Karrion Kross takes bumps that are similar to this version of Randy Orton. I'm like, wow, you are dumb, okay? Stop watching fake pro wrestling. Hell, stop talking about fake pro wrestling because you are dumb. Every bump, Randy Orton, he took great bumps, logical, great Randy Orton bumps in this match. He did not look like Karrion fucking Kross. I'm like, bro, shut up. So, what is my grade for this match? I will give it a 6.5 out of 10. This was a solid match. Also, we can now call Cody Rhodes King Cody Rhodes. He is the king of his kingdom. Cody mother effing Rhodes, the king. Or we could call him King Cody. Man, I gotta start watching Raw a little bit more often because this next match, I didn't know this match was booked on the card. I'm talking about Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. I'm like, since when did this match get booked? Let alone a street fight. when was this match booked? Because I'm like, I didn't know Rhea Ripley still had heat with Raquel Rodriguez. It's like, damn, bro, this female will feud with the Judgment Day for the next 10 years, man. Let's be real. Rhea Ripley will never leave the Judgment Day alone. I'm like, look here, female, get over dirty ass Dominic. He's never going to take you back. I can't believe that Rhea Ripley is still jealous of Liv Morgan and dirty ass Dominic. I'm like, look here, female, you gotta move on. Rhea Ripley, she needs to get over dirty ass Dominic. Okay, yes, we get it. Dirty ass Dominic, he dumped you for a hotter, better female, but you gotta move on to something else. She needs to realize that dirty ass Dominic will never take her back. But let's talk about this match. This was a very solid match. I will give it a 6.5 out of 10. Raquel Rodriguez, she was very impressive in this match. I would say my favorite spots in this whole entire match was when Rhea Ripley gave Raquel a razor's edge. That was great shit. I've never in my life seen a female do a razor's edge. That was a great spot. Oh yeah, I must say this. Even though that all females cannot show skin in Saudi Arabia, I kind of like these Catwoman outfits that they are forced to wear. These are great looking outfits because I'm a huge fan of Catwoman. So, super thick Roxanne Perez, she tried to help out Raquel in this match, but Roxanne got her ass whooped by Rhea Ripley. So, this match ended via a riptide off the top rope. That was a great spot. 1, 2, 3, Rhea Ripley beats Raquel Rodriguez. Alright, so let's move on to the next match. Sami Zayn versus the worst bumper in this business. I'm talking about Karrion Kross, which means he's to blame for his lack of a push. Here's why. Why would Paul Levesque bring back Karrion Kross to job him out if he saw something in Kross that he didn't like since his return? These are facts. This guy has been in that lower tier mid-card ever since his showcase feud against Drew Mac, the Mad Daddy. People need to realize that was a showcase to see on whether or not Kross is that guy. And to me, he failed. I think Paul Levesque felt like he failed versus Drew Mac, the Mad Daddy. Also, a lot of y'all don't know this. His wife actually sings his theme song. Now, that's great shit. So, what is my grade for this match? I will give it a 5.5 out of 10. This match was solid, but to me, this match was more so hit Karrion Kross with an haluva kick. 1, 2, 3, let's go home. I think we knew Sami Zayn was going to win this match. So, that's why I said this match was about let's give Kross a haluva kick. 1, 2, 3, let's go home. Now, did Kross take bumps in this match? Yes and no. I didn't see any crazy bumps that Kross was taking in this match. I gotta be real. I saw what they did here. Kross wasn't taking tons of bumps because Kross was more so on offense for the entire match. Alright, so let's move on to the next match. Solo Sikoa versus Fatu for the United States Heavyweight Championship. I'm still shocked that Jacob went from MLW to the main roster. I'm like, wow. I can't believe Rikishi is crying and complaining on how the Samoan dynasty is treated in the World Wrestling Federation. Jacob went from indie MLW straight to the main roster. In fact, he went from that to Roman Reigns in the Bloodline. That's insane in the membrane. Jacob has had a rocket strapped to his back since day one. From MLW to SmackDown to fighting Cody Rhodes. That's insane in the membrane. Now, I'm not saying that Jacob is not talented. He's very, very talented. Hell, go back and watch this match. Jacob had a great performance in this match. This man is freaky athletic for his size. In fact, I think that Jacob is the most athletic man in the Samoan dynasty. Here's how good Jacob Fatu is. This man was doing sentons and then he did a flip that was very similar to Swerve Scott. Go back and watch that clip. He did a twisting flip over the top rope onto Tungaloa and Jeff Cobb. I'm like, whoa, that was Isaiah Swerve Scott like shit. At his size, that's crazy. He's not supposed to be doing that shit at his size. He moves just as well as Isaiah Swerve Scott, who's a lighter man. I will say this was a 4-on-1 match. Holy shit, this was 4-on-1. You had Tongaloa, Jeff Cobb, Solo, and they brought back that big tall dude. I think he's brothers with Tamatanga, but that guy is a fucking monster. I think he's maybe over 7 feet tall. Man, he's a monster. So this was 4-on-1. The whole Samoan dynasty versus Jacob Fatu. This was not a clean victory, but Solo is your new United States heavyweight champion, and well deserved. This man deserves to be a champion on the main roster. I feel like he's earned it. So let's talk about the next match. Asuka versus Jade Cargill for the Queen of the Ring crown. I'm gonna say, Jade Cargill, she looked sexy as fuck in that all-white outfit. That was great stuff. Jade Cargill is a sexy-ass female. Also, what is my grade for Jacob versus Solo? I will give it a 6.5 out of 10. Now, do I believe that this was a good match? Yes. I'm talking about Jade and Asuka. Yes, that was a very good match. Because Jade Cargill, man, that female has improved. Jade Cargill, she really kept up with Asuka. Jade did a choke slam. I'm like, whoa, when was the last time or ever that Jade Cargill pulled off a choke slam? So that's proof. This female has been putting in work at the PC. How about you put some respect on Jade Cargill's name? That female does put in work in that ring at the PC. People better watch out because Jade Cargill has improved in that ring. And to top it all off, she has a great look. So the moment this female becomes a female world heavyweight champion, she will have a long title reign because that's all she needs was more polishing in that ring. Now look at her. She will be a dominant world heavyweight champion very, very soon. I would say this was the best Jade Cargill match of her career in the World Wrestling Federation so far. This was a very solid match. I will give this match a 7 out of 10. For Jade Cargill standards, that's high. Jade Cargill is now your queen of the ring. Now she's Queen Jade. Let's talk about the last match of the night. John Cena versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. Right now, he's CM Punk because I liked what he did to that little brat. Some brat tried to bother CM Punk last night. I'm like, bruh, leave him alone. He doesn't want to be bothered, you dumb little brat. CM Punk did the right thing by dissing that kid and just walking away. You don't deserve a CM Punk autograph. He's laser focused. He's on God mode. He's trying to dethrone John Cena. He's not here to kiss babies and shake hands. He's here to dethrone John Cena. How about you go get a life or get a job, you dumb little brat? Oh yeah, by the way, man, Saudi, they have a great crowd. They really love fake pro wrestling. For like at least 5 minutes, 4 minutes, they were singing John Cena Sucks for the whole entire song. I'm like, wow, that's great shit. This was actually a great match. People need to realize that this will be the last time we see CM Punk and John Cena in the same ring together, one-on-one, running that fade. So this was a very special match. Now, towards the end, Seth and Braun Breaker and big-ass Bronson Reed, of course, they came down and they interfered in this match. Now, for at least 2 minutes, John and CM Punk were actually on the same page because John did not want Rollins to cash in, and CM Punk also did not want Rollins to cash in to turn this into a triple threat match. Man, that was crazy when I saw John giving big ass Bronson Reed an FU. I'm like, wow, John, he is still a strong ass dude. But my biggest question is, who will Seth Rollins cash in on? The World Heavyweight Championship or the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship? But I'm not gonna lie, it does feel like Braun Breaker is nothing more than a lackey for Seth Freaky Rollins. He feels like Wardlow. Also, I can't believe that CM Punk kicked out of 3 FUs. That was insane in the membrane. So, this match ended via Seth Rollins. He clocked CM Punk over the head with that briefcase, and then John Cena, he took advantage because Seth gave CM Punk a stomp, and then John tossed Seth out the ring, and then John took advantage, pinned CM Punk, 1, 2, 3, let's go home. John Cena is still the World Heavyweight Champion, and rightfully so. What is my grade for this match? I will give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now, what is my grade for this whole entire show? I will give it a 7 out of 10. This was a very solid ass show, and I'm done.